Welcome back to the Robot Brains podcast on the DL, where we take a step away from AI and learn more about our latest guest with 10 quick personal questions. All right, let's dive in. If you could have a robot take over any part of your life, what would you have it do?
Dishwashing.
Who has inspired you the most in your career journey?
The many names that come to mind, but the one that jumps out right now is Shannon, Cloud Shannon. By training, I am an electrical engineer. So my undergrad was in electrical engineering. It's the foundation for a lot of computer science and machine learning we do today. But more than that, the person, the attitude towards learning, and just the desire to be playful with everything, it just really inspires me.
If you could give robots and machines one human value, what would it be?
To be in service for something greater than yourself.
Outside of the world of tech, what excites you most about the current state of the world?
In general, I'm an optimist. And, if you read Daniel Pinker's the name, his work, it basically says that despite all the bad news that you keep hearing, the world is kind of the most peaceful, most prosperous that it has ever been. And I really believe not just in that, but the trajectory we are headed in. I feel like despite our sort of recent setbacks and bad news that keeps coming from different corners of the world, in general, the world is moving towards more prosperity and more peace that I find exciting.
If you had to give up work and volunteer for the rest of your life, what would you do and why?
Teach. I think the most important thing for us to do beyond sort of the immediate things that we're doing is really making sure that the next generation is set out for success, and not just the kids who are in sort of good schools and privileged situation, but having an even playing field for the entire humanity so that, we could have a lot more of brilliant people kind of show up and make the world a better place.
What's the last book you've read?
It's a book by Jeff Hawkins, 1,000 Brains. He's kind of dedicated his life to understanding how brain works and then applying that to machine learning. And I find that idea very inspiring. So I'd read his book when it came out 10 years ago on intelligence, and then this one recently came out. It was a very fascinating read.
Best present you've ever received?
So my daughter is 8 years old, and she knows that I love puzzles. So every birthday, she makes a jigsaw puzzle for me. She would take like a piece of cardboard, paint a picture, and cut it out. And then my birthday morning is just sitting and doing that puzzle with her.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Wow. Dinner with one person, living or deceased?
Feynman and Shannon are the two names that come to mind.
Most overrated virtue?
I do think that it's very important, but sometimes people can overdo it, which is humility. And the reason I say this is, in general, like one of our cultural values is humility. And I have never seen the kind of sort of amazingly talented yet humble and to the ground people at ThoughtSpot than anywhere else. But at the same time, I think being able to promote your own work is really, really important, because you don't get to make the impact that your work deserves unless you're willing and able to promote your own work. So in that sense, sometimes humility gets in the way.
What's something that many people don't know about you?
So in college, I decided that I want to do three things in my life to kind of feel that I've accomplished. And one was writing a book. The other one was sort of building a successful company. And third one was making a movie. So I've got two down. Third one probably in next 20 years.